Let's get real.
Hello, you guys. Welcome back to Real Talk with Menashe. I am your host, Menashe Chininganya. How you guys doing? I hope you're doing well. Today, I am in my robe. I'm chilling. I just want to be chill today, guys. And people that know me, you know I love a robe. So, shout out to my mom. She got me this one, but I have quite a few robes. I just want to chill. I want to catch up with you guys and tell you where I've been and what's been going on. So, last week was kind of crazy because of Hurricane Milton. And I just want to fill you in on like what I did, what happened, the stories, the drama. Not that there's really any drama, but like, I don't know. It was just a funny, weird, unique week. Okay. That being said though, I hope that you guys are all doing well and that you're good and hopefully not too much damage. Or I hope you didn't experience any damage, but if you did, hopefully it's not too crazy. These are just really unprecedented times. Like, I don't know what to say, really. Like, we had Helene and now we had Milton, and hopefully we have nothing else. Like, truly, hopefully we're done. But yeah, it's just been a kind of a crazy past like 2-3 weeks. So here's to chiller days. But yeah, last week I couldn't post because I was on the run. Okay. More on the drive because I was in a bus, but you know what I mean? We had to evacuate. So pretty much, okay. And before I even get into this, right? Because I'm going to kind of just tell you like what my week was like, but I want to get this out of the way because it's very important to me. Obviously this was a hurricane and it was very serious and we had to evacuate. And even though we evacuated, I had loved ones, my family like stayed, and they were even in a worse area than like where we were as far as the hurricane was concerned. They weren't in an evacuation zone because I was like, I have a type of family that like when we're told, when they say evacuate, like period, like you don't have to say anything, you don't have to tell me twice, like we're gone, right? But this hurricane was really unprecedented. I mean, I'm sure you guys heard like all the things they were saying about it and how they're like, oh, maybe we need a category 6 like thing now because this one's just supposed to be so crazy. And I just want to say, like, for real, I'm so thankful to God that it did not do what it was planned to do. Like, it still came in and it still caused damage and there were a million tornadoes and all this stuff. But like that thing, you guys, was supposed to come in so strong that they were literally saying like a category 5 doesn't even cover the damage. Like the man, I'm sure you guys saw it. If you didn't, guys, there was a video of this man. I think he's a meteorologist. I'm not really sure, but he was giving us details about this hurricane and he was about to cry. He literally, it's his job. And like, that's how upset he was because he was like, I'm so sorry. Like, this is just going to be so bad. So that being said, I'm really grateful to God that it did not come in as hot as it was supposed to. I'm just truly grateful. And obviously it made my time away better. You know, for the people, there were so many tornadoes, there was so much damage still. And so my heart, my prayers and my thoughts are really with those people. Even talking to my family, like after the fact, they're just like, you know, thankfully they didn't experience any damage, but it was not a fun thing to go through. Just hearing the winds and everything, it's just not fun. So I'm just really grateful that, you know, it wasn't as bad as it was projected to be. But that being said, if you experienced anything or you're dealing with anything, I sincerely, like, my thoughts and prayers are with you. I actually ran into this woman at the hotel that we were at. We were in the elevator and she was like, what are you doing here? I was like, oh, we evacuated. And then I told her like what part of Florida we live in. And we were like, you know how like that storm was kind of covering most of Florida? We were kind of on the outer bands of it all. And it was just one of those things where it was like, do you stay? Do you go? We chose to go, whatever. But there were people that literally it was supposed to hit just the way Helene hit. And this woman I was talking to, she was like St. Pete area, which if you don't know, Helene ran up St. Pete and like there was so much destruction. And she was telling me that Milton had caused damage, I think, to the back of her house or whatever. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. And she was just like, it's okay. Like, you know, it's not ideal, but like my family's safe and that's the most important thing. And she said, God is good. And I was like, amen, like God is good. And it just like brought like this moment of like, you know what, like things can be really inconvenient sometimes. Nobody wants a hurricane. No one wants damage, destruction, or just anything in your life. But like, just to be grateful that like you can't replace a life and that she was safe, her family was safe, and like those things can be replaced and taken care of. And so I don't know. It was just crazy times, guys. These days, it's so insane. But I wanted to get that out of the way because before I get into like my experience, I don't want to take away from the fact that like we were evacuating a storm. Okay, like there was a hurricane, and thankfully we were in a better position, but some people weren't so lucky. So again, praying for everyone and hoping that that's it for us this season. Because like honestly, like we're good over here. Okay, so let's get into it. All right. So Hurricane Milton was on the loose. Hurricane Milton was on the loose, and the people had to make a decision. Like, are we evacuating or are we not? And the thing with hurricanes is like, it can look like it's going one way and the next day, not even the next day, sometimes within hours, it shifts. So just to be safe, because big decisions needed to be made early, they decided we were evacuating. So we packed our bags up and we were gone. We went to Atlanta. So I spent a week in Atlanta, not necessarily a full week. It was like 4 days, something like that. But we fled to Atlanta, y'all. We were on the run. We had to go. And so, yeah, we kind of packed our bags, went to Atlanta, and we were there. And it was fun. It was a really fun time. I mean, for the circumstances, like we really did enjoy ourselves. We made the best of it. That drive there though, guys, the drive there was so long because obviously everybody's evacuating the whole state of Florida pretty much. And so it took like 14 and a half hours to get there. We left at like 7:30 in the morning or something. I think we rolled up to the hotel around like 9, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know, you guys. It was just a long day. I mean, listen, I was sitting on a bus. Like, I'm not going to complain too much. I'm just telling y'all it was a long day. Okay. And so we pull up to the hotel. We pull up to this hotel and we walk in. Guys, why was it a literal war zone? Why was it a war zone in there? Do you hear what I'm saying? Like construction all over the place. They left that out, by the way, when the hotel was booked. They did not mention that. And we're walking in and we're looking around, and you know how you walk into a hotel and there's like a front desk and there's just like, I don't know, it just looks like, you know, a lobby. It looks like a lobby. Okay, this wasn't giving lobby. This was giving like, I don't want to be dramatic because it really wasn't that bad, but it also just wasn't good. You get what I'm saying? Like, we're looking at the area where you have breakfast. They have like a morning breakfast area, and like the roof is tore up. Like they're just like doing stuff. And then like when you walk in, they don't have a lobby thing. It's just like this like desk. It's not even a desk. What do you call those things that you prop up with the 4 little prong thingies? Like that table's propped up and they're kind of sitting at it with some papers and a laptop. And it's just like, you know what took me? You know what literally had me in shambles? I was laughing. We walk in and Ethan goes, did the hurricane hit here? Y'all, the way he delivered this line, I was cackling, okay? And I feel like the lady at the front with her stuff, like her little desk or whatever, heard us, but like it was hilarious the way he said that. I literally laugh about that to this day anytime I think about it, because that's what it was looking like. It looked like a hurricane may or may have not hit that hotel. Let me not do too much. They kept us, you know, we were safe over there, but it was just really funny. So anyway, we check in. Oh, you know what pissed me off though about that is, well, first of all, they should have let us know if it wasn't going to be up to par, because when I tell you there was another hotel next door, I mean that 30 steps and a hop would have gotten you into the next hotel. So like we could have easily have stayed there, but of course, like they wanted the business, so they kept quiet, booked, and then after that they want to start talking about like, oh, we might like save it. So anyway, we get there, we check in. The one thing I will say, the rooms were fine. I will say that I'm glad that there was a fridge and a microwave. When we left, we were kind of given an estimation of when we would come back, but you have to understand this really wasn't a vacation. Like, yeah, we did stuff, you know, it kind of was, but it was an evacuation trip. You know what I'm saying? So like, it's not giving like a mini bar. It's giving, give me a freaking fridge. Like I've got things to refrigerate. You get what I'm saying? So I'm really glad that there was like a fridge in there. There was a microwave. We could heat up food. Yeah, So it was good. The beds were good. Like, there weren't bed bugs. It wasn't that serious. I'm just telling y'all that place was a little tore up. And I did ask them at one point, like, when will this all be done? And they said next year, hopefully January. So I'm wishing them all the best. Not that I will ever see it to know for sure, but like Hampton Inn, Atlanta, Georgia, wish you well. The one thing that pissed me off though was that they could have mentioned, because we were told too, oh, there's a gym and there's a pool and da 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 da. All that stuff was closed down. So it was like, oh, because the way I went into it as well, right? Because, okay, so I have to go all the way back. So here's the thing. I received an email, my work email, we were told we were evacuating on the Sunday. On Saturday, like night, I was told, check your email. And in this email, it says, so by now you probably are aware of the huge storm that may or may not be heading our way. You guys, the way I didn't have a clue. I'm sitting in a restaurant and I'm like, oh, let me Google this. I did not know. I had no idea that this was even happening. So that was just hilarious. So yeah, anyway, when I found out we were leaving, it was just very much, we found out on the Sunday, we left on the Monday. So it was a very quick turnaround. And I had decided that, you know, I felt like I had a really strong week leading into the storm. And I didn't want to, my recorder thing died, which is so annoying. But what I was saying essentially was that I didn't want to lose momentum just because I was going on a trip, essentially. Because of my week previously, I just wanted to keep in that flow. So I really packed as a girl that was going to enjoy her time but still be productive. And that couldn't happen because the amenities at the, like, such as the gym and stuff, were closed. And then we found out, I think 2 days in, maybe 3 days in, oh, by the way, you can go next door and like use their stuff. But it just wasn't giving what I thought it was going to give. I mean, I did end up going and using their gym like 2 times, which was nice. But yeah, anyway, they just need to, you know, fix their thing. And then it was just giving too, like, we would hang out in the hallways a lot. We would eat meals and sometimes just be hanging out and talking and whatever. And like run a vacuum. You know what I mean? Like, why am I seeing a bug in the air? Like, why am I seeing a roach on the thing? Was it a roach? I don't want to be dramatic. Pretty sure it was a roach. Like, it just was giving like, you know? And I think that was due to the construction. I wouldn't say it was a dirty place. I wouldn't say that our rooms were disgusting. Like, I really wouldn't say that because, you know, if it was, I would say. But it was just giving like, we're going through renovations right now. Bear with us. I mean, the paintings and stuff are like on the floor. Like, it was just giving like, you can stay here if you want, but like, we're doing stuff, you know? But that being said, like, beggars can't be choosers. We did evacuate. You know what? Actually, you can choose when you're paying. I take that back. But in this case, it just was what it was. And I'm not going to make it sound like it was the worst thing in the world. It really was fine. The stay was fine. It could have been better, but it was fine. It was fine. But that being said, that was the state of the hotel. We made the best of our week. What did we get into? Well, the students ended up dancing at Atlanta Ballet, which is a company in Atlanta, a ballet company. And it was actually so cute because they ended up on the news 2 times. 2 different local news stations got word of the fact that these like dancers had fled to Atlanta to seek refuge, and Atlanta Ballet opened their doors and let them dance. And so they were on the news. And it was actually really fun. It was cute to see, and it was just kind of random. I don't think they were expecting it. Well, I know they weren't expecting it. And I don't know, it was cute. It was fun, and it was fun to watch them dance. And then we also have dancers that actually dance there professionally now, and so it was just really nice to reunite and see them. So that was cute. They did that for a couple days. And then also we just like went around the town. What did we do? We saw, we went to the aquarium. Now, okay, so for me, I don't even know if I've ever been to Atlanta before. I have been to Atlanta before, but I want to say that it was also to evacuate a hurricane when I was like a kid. So I've never like, because I feel like I've been to Atlanta. I think it was to evacuate a storm. So I've never really like explored Atlanta, like for real. So this was fun. And I would say that where we were staying was like on the outskirts of Atlanta. Like, we were still in Atlanta, but like we weren't like downtown. And so again, it wasn't like a vacation. Like if I was to plan a trip for myself, like I'd be like in the heart of it. So I do plan to go to Atlanta again sometime because I did enjoy my time there. But for what it was, we really made the best of it. We went to their aquarium, which was massive. I don't know if I've ever been to an aquarium before. Everyone was talking about, the people that have been there before were talking about how big it was. And so what I was expecting was to just walk in and just see this like massive aquarium. But what I'll say is it was like, it's kind of like sectioned off like it would be at a theme park where they have their different like sections, and then you walk in and you experience whatever it is there. And they probably had like 8 of those or something, but it was really cool. I really enjoyed it. It was so beautiful. Just, I don't know, seeing all the little fishes. There was fish, there's penguins, there was more fish. Seahorses, there was, guys, there was everything. There was whales, maybe I lied. There was dolphins. There was stingray. It was a little bit of this, guys, a little bit of that. There was everything. And it was a fun place to kind of spend a couple hours and just explore and stuff. And I really enjoyed my time there. Another thing we did is we went downtown. Well, the aquarium is downtown, but we then explored downtown and walked around on different days. We went to the park. I forget the name of the park, but I think it's like Olympic Park or something. I remember seeing Olympic rings in the distance. And so it's something related to that, like that name is in there. We did that. That was fun. It was just cute to hang out and chill. We did a lot of hanging out, chilling, chatting. It was a very like bonding, fun trip, which what more can you ask for when you were supposed to have a boring week, you know? So we went to the park, kind of hung out. What else did we do? Oh my gosh, we explored downtown. We went to the aquarium. I feel like we drove around, guys. We were always doing something, but I just don't remember what we were doing. It's really bizarre. Wait, hold on. I think I have a list. I remember being so exhausted, you guys. I can't even tell you. Oh, we went to Stone Mountain. We hiked Stone Mountain. That was what we did on our last day, and that was really fun. I'm really glad that we did that. The hike wasn't that long, but let me tell you something. I don't care if a hike is supposed to be easy or not. You got to prepare yourself for a hike, okay? The way none of us had hiking shoes, we had tennis shoes, but not hiking shoes, and there truly is a difference. But we made the best of it. Like, we weren't going to have hiking shoes, even if they had told us we were going on a hike. You know what I'm saying? But it was fun. It was like a mile, I would say, a little bit over a mile. Guys, it was just, there was a part, I mean, I live in Florida, you know what I'm saying? Like, there are no hikes, and if it's not a hike, it's just a long walk. You know what I'm saying? There's no incline, like, we're chilling. This had an incline. It wasn't the craziest hike I've done, because I've been to Arizona. I've literally been to Table Mountain in South Africa. Like, I've done other hikes that would be far harder. But I just hadn't done a hike for a minute, you know? So this one was a bit like, oh, okay, like, we're hiking. Like, I really feel like we're hiking. But it was fun. It was very doable. There was a part in the hike, like halfway through, where there was just this railing that was just at an incline, and you're holding on for dear life, okay? And you're just going up, hoping you're not slipping and falling. The rocks were kind of slippery at times. I always say it's harder to go up, because for me it is. It's easier to go down, but the thing about going down is that you have to worry about slipping. I can't tell you how many times I have fallen on my behind from just like the rock taking me under. But also, as I say this, I don't think I've ever actually worn proper hiking shoes on a hike. And so I think the next time I actually go on a hike, I will get some hiking shoes. But yeah, going down, just had to be careful. I was just very much like going slow, and even going slow, like it's so easy to slip and fall. Thankfully, no one had any crazy falls or anything. We were kind of just like slipping around, but we're making the best of it, and it was fun. Getting to the top was great. The view was nice, and we took a lot of pictures and just kind of enjoyed our time up there for like a good hour or so. So yeah, I feel like for my first time really exploring Atlanta, made the best of it and just did everything we could do in the matter of like 4 days, I guess. Also had really good food. Yeah, kind of just lived it up. It was good. The activities were good, I will say. So on one of our nights off, me and some of my coworkers decided that we were going to go out in the town. And we were staying on the outskirts of Atlanta, like I said, so originally, like when we were looking into things, we wanted to go to like nicer places, I guess. Not that this place wasn't nice. It's just we wanted to go to like those places you see on TikTok and stuff. But then when we started like logistically, it was just like easier to stay where we were. But that being said, we made the best of our time. We ended up finding a spot that was like a walking distance away. I'm telling you, like a 5-minute walk. And we walked in. You guys, there was a bowl right in the middle of the place. And I remember looking at Trina being like, oh, you're getting on it. Like, you're getting on it. Me, however, no, I won't be, but you will be. I don't know what happened, guys, but by the end of the night, I was on it. Matter of fact, I was on it 3 times. I couldn't stay on it to save my life. Okay, and that's really all that there is to that. I just couldn't stay on it. It got to the point, well, because the guy that was controlling it too was like, Trina told me too, like yesterday, she was like, by the way, we always had this, me and the controller guy had this elaborate plan to get you on. He's like, she was like, I'm gonna get on right now, but we gotta make sure that Menashe gets on. I didn't know that at the time, okay? Not that it really would have made a difference, but at the time I didn't know that. It was a setup. And I just wasn't prepared, honestly. And the thing is, I don't know if you've been to Nashville before, if you've seen those like bowls that they have there. Those things be whipping you, okay? Like it's nuts. It's actually nuts. This wasn't even that. Now the person that's controlling it like can make it harder or easier depending on the person. Guys, I'm telling you, I did it about 3 times, and it got to the point that like the guy told me to get on backwards and grip the bull's butt, like grip the back of it so that I could stay on and have a stronger grip. He also told me the leggings I was wearing, because I think I was wearing Lululemon leggings, were too slippery, and I was sliding off that thing, y'all. I couldn't stay on it to save my life. Y'all, I tried. I think the 3 times I was on it, I stayed on a total of like 15 seconds. What am I supposed to do? Like, I did my best, okay? Unfortunately, it wasn't good. I do want redemption one day. I actually haven't been able to watch the video. I don't have the strength to do it. I'm quite embarrassed. I just know I'm gonna cringe so hard when I watch it, if I watch it. But Trina went on it. She stayed on it for like a minute or so, I want to say. She did way better than me. And it's so funny too, because I did watch hers yesterday. And the way that bull wasn't even going like fast at all. And the fact that I couldn't stay on it, like it's actually so embarrassing. I'm just a girl. I don't know what to tell you guys, but I will one day redeem myself. But for now, that is what it is. It was my first time being on it. What do you want from me? I don't know. But we had a fun time out. Made the best of it. And yeah, I just have really funny coworkers, you guys. They're funny. They're funny. So yeah, we had a good time, and yeah, the next day I definitely paid out. I suffered so dramatic, you guys. I paid the price of staying out late. I woke up the next day, I brought my blanket on the bus, and I was like, just leave me here, honestly. Just leave me here. Give me a couple hours of sleep and I will recover, because we were in this charter bus, and like it was kind of an all or nothing, because it's the only vehicle we had. So like when we went places, we all had to go. So I kind of had to go. But that's fine. I knew what it was before the night of. So I went to bed with a plan, and I was like, I'm gonna wake up, I'm gonna grab my stuff, I'm gonna just be on the bus, and I'll figure it out on there. So, and then I did. And then the day went on, you guys, and it was a beautiful day, and it was good. But yeah, I don't know. I'd been going nonstop for so many days that it was all starting to catch up with me. But then eventually I had a really good, I think it was the Thursday night or whatever, the way it worked out, I was able to sleep in. I had one day where I got to sleep in. Guys, it was the best day of my life. Have you ever gone to bed with a smile on your face because you know you get to sleep in? I remember smiling. It was great. But you have to remember, like, it was also work for me. So like, and before we even were going on this trip, like I was already like doing a lot of hours. There's just a lot going on. So when I finally found out that I got to sleep in, the smile on my face, I was like, I'm about to get the best sleep of my freaking life. And I did. And it was amazing. And I was just so chirpy and bright. I needed sleep. I really, really needed sleep. And so I was grateful for that. But yeah. I don't know, you guys. It was fun all around. We enjoyed ourselves. We had a good time. What else did we do, guys? We did a little bit of this. We did a little bit of that. We enjoyed our time for sure. And then before you know it, it was really time to come back. So we made the best of our time. Thankfully, coming back was a lot shorter than going there. So we left at like 7, I think, and then we were back by like 6 or 5, or I don't remember anymore. But like we made it in pretty good time, which was really nice. But yeah, it was really good. Thankfully, we didn't even lose power or anything. Everything was good on this front, on the home front. But all in all, just to be safe, it was nice that we were able to go, make memories. I took tons of pictures, and it was just a fun little time, a little switch up, you know? Also, how could I forget, Nika came to visit me. She lives in Atlanta. She goes to school. Well, she lives in Georgia, and she goes to school at UGA. So I hit her up. I was like, girl, I'm being a city. And she was able to come on the last day, which was so, so nice because we ended up extending one more day because she's a busy, busy girl. But she was like, if you stay one more day, I can come. And she was able to come and hang out, which was just a cherry on the cake, you guys. Because I love her and I just love seeing her. And it was great. So yeah, it was just nice having the reunions, seeing people I hadn't seen in a long time. It was nice spending time with the people around me and just making memories and having a little switch up, like I said, from the mundane. Listen, trying to read a bowl and failing, like, I don't know. It was random, it was fun, and I enjoyed the time. And so yeah, also biggest shout out to Leo. He will literally never see this, guys, but Leo was our bus driver. He was our main bus driver, and he was amazing. He was so sweet, so nice, and he stuck around with us for the whole trip, and he just deserves all the props. So shout out to Leo. You're a real one for sure. And yeah. Oh, and one of the things I enjoyed too about being in Atlanta was just like the weather change. It wasn't too cold or anything, but like Florida weather, Atlanta weather, it was a little different. It was like low, it was like at night, it was like probably like 63 to like 65. And, you know, in the mornings as well. And then, I don't know, in the days it was just nice. Like, the weather was good. It was good weather. It's good vibes. It's good food. Good people. And that's it. So that's my little recap. That's why I wasn't around last week, but happy to be back. I hope you guys enjoyed just hearing about Atlanta and what we got into and stuff. If you're curious to know, you can always check social media because I posted pictures and enjoyed my time there. So that being said, you guys, I'm wishing you an amazing week. I'm really trying to be productive this week just to get back into a routine. I really thrive on routine. It's so fun sometimes to just be able to like do whatever. But at the end of that week, it was very much feeling like I need to get back into routine. So I'm back in routine, and I hope you guys are doing well too, enjoying October and all the fall vibes. I mean, I live in Florida, but you know what I mean, like wherever you're at. That being said, this is a recap of my trip to Atlanta. I hope you guys enjoyed. Follow me on socials. I don't know what else to say, you guys. I love you, wishing you an amazing week, and I'll see you next one. Bye.
Let's get real.